Okay, so I'm going to wax philosophical for a second. I heard a couple weeks ago, I don't remember if it was a podcast or it was like a motivational reel on Facebook. I forget where I heard it. Something I had long forgotten about. So the word decide, right? When you take it back to the root word of whatever language it comes from, Latin, Greek, I don't know. Some language I don't speak. But the root word, the root meaning of decide is to cut off all other options. You make a decision, you make a plan, you decide, and that's what you're doing. And people will think you're crazy, and people won't understand, and even that part of you that is afraid of commitment. Oh my God, if I cut off all the other options, what happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if people fail me? What happens if I fail me? What happens if life fails me? No, I want to keep my options open. And then you're running around with 11 billion options and you have not decided on anything and kind of end up going nowhere. And doing nothing and not really having meaningful connections. Right? Because, no, I'm afraid and I'm going to keep all my options open and float along through life. No. I will not be doing that. I have completely focused my life's goal on getting back on trail and hiking as much of the Appalachian Trail as I can next year. Whether I make it all the way to Maine, whether I only make it 500 miles, whatever my body and bank account will allow, I will do. And I have cut off all other options there. I am working jobs that are good, that are things I can come back to in the future, but also things that will not be difficult to walk away from. And in doing that, I'm also gaining extra skills for my resume for future me when I come back from the trail. I have continued to rent rooms and lived a very, very pared down existence because I'm hiking the trail. And really, if you have a goal in life, that's what you got to do. You just got to do whatever it takes. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't pivot when something happens. Circumstances change. Something happens. Sometimes you got to pivot. Sometimes you're like, okay, plan A is not working. What is plan B? Cutting off all other options does not mean being stuck. It means this is the direction I'm going. This is what I'm working with. And there is no quitting. There might be pivoting. There might be reassessing, but there is no quitting. And there is no failure. There is only learning. So that's the mentality you got to have. And it doesn't matter if it's the trail, if it's a job, if it's a person, if it's whatever. To do anything, to get anywhere, to be anything, we have to decide. And there's a cost for it. People won't understand. People will think you're crazy. I've lost friends. A lot of people respect me a lot, and a lot of people don't. And you know what? Neither of those opinions of other people really matter. And neither of those opinions are really any of my business. People like me, people don't. Me, whatever. I have still decided on this course of action, and that's what I will continue to do. So you have a dream, you have a goal. Decide. You have a relationship, you have a job, you have a vacation you want to work toward, you have a personal improvement you want to do, you have a crisis of faith. All of those things require a decision, one way or another, yes or no. Go forward or go in a different direction. Everything in life is a decision. And floating along, keeping all your options open forever, that's fine for a while. But at the end of the day, it will get you exactly nowhere. At least that's what I found in my own life. So figure out what you want. Personal, faith, relationship, goals, vacations, career. And decide. And then start walking. You can do the thing. I know you can. I can. Anybody can. And that's no joke right there. Go for it. You got this.